One of the most frequent things that happens to your car as part of preventative maintenance is doing oil changes. And part of an oil change service, whether it's done here at Boca Auto Fix or any other service station, oil change places, is getting your oil filter replaced. So as you see in front of us here, I have purchased and opened up 9 different oil filters. To your left, you have 5 spin-on filters. This is for a Honda 4-cylinder application. And to your right, we have cartridge-style filter. It's very popular in Jeep Chrysler products like a Jeep Wrangler. So what I wanted to show everybody here is what is inside an oil filter. If we look over to your left on the spin-on filter, you can see there's 5 different components to the filter. If we zoom in here, we have the case, spring, anti-drain back valve, the top that threads onto your engine block with the O-ring, and then the actual filter media. This filter media is key, and this is what we're going to be focusing on. As your engine runs, there's an oil pump that runs to lubricate the inside of your engine, and all of that oil has to go through a oil filter media. So what we have here as an example is on your right, we have a Carquest standard oil filter that you would get at Advanced Auto Parts. We have a Carquest premium filter, again at Advanced Auto Parts. We have a MicroGuard Select, which is a premium filter you get from O'Reilly's. You have a Wix oil filter, is considered an aftermarket premium brand, and a Honda OEM original filter, which you would get at a Honda dealership. We found some interesting findings when we cut these oil filters open. First and foremost, these 2 premium filters, whether you bought it at Advanced or O'Reilly's, are identical. You can see everything apart about these filters are the same, and the price point is about the same. If we look over to your right, this is the Carquest standard filter. And we talked about earlier that the oil has to flow through this media to be filtered. These pleats, if we were to open this filter up and extend the pleats, the number of pleats typically means that the filter media is longer. That Carquest filter actually has the most number of pleats, the highest number of pleats at 49. So then we walk through the premium filters, the Carquest and the O'Reilly's both have 47 pleats. What was a little surprising to us is this Wix filter, which is considered a premium brand, only has 41 pleats. And finally, the Honda OEM filter has 48 pleats. Another thing you'll notice on these cartridges here, where the filter media is you'll see the 4 aftermarket filters have a metal top and bottom that hold the media material in place. The Honda, for some reason, and we're not sure why, does not use metal. It uses this fabric material that's glued onto the pleats there. Another thing we measured is how high this media is. So on this filter, it's 1.91 inches. The premium is a little bit taller at 1.93. The Wix is the shortest at 1.65, and the Honda is 2.25. So again, the taller this media is, the more pleats, the more filter material that the oil can filter through. So it was an interesting finding here. If we move on to the cartridge style for a 3.6 liter, this is what you'd find in like a Jeep Wrangler or Chrysler Town & Country minivan. From your right, you have the Carquest standard filter, O'Reilly's MicroGuard Select, which is a premium filter from them, a Wix premium filter, and then the Mopar, which is the Chrysler OEM filter. This is a little bit easier to see. We didn't have to cut these filters open like we did with the spin-on, because when we do an oil filter service, there's a cap we unscrew in the oil filter housing, and we remove this filter media each time. So these are actually more similar than what we found with the spin-ons. The major difference we see is this Mopar filter does have more pleats than the aftermarket filters. We can see the pleats are a little bit thinner. But if we put them together, the pleats are actually not as tall as with the aftermarket Carquest standard filter. So I hope this gives everyone a little bit of an overview of actually what an oil filter looks like, whether it's a cartridge style or spin-on style. At Boca Auto Fix, we only do synthetic oil changes. We always recommend for every vehicle that we service to do the oil change every 5,000 miles. Oil filters do differ slightly, it looks like, from what we found here. But it's important that we change that oil every 5,000 miles. We want to ensure that the oil level's correct. We see plenty of engines where it'll burn or drip oil and the oil level gets low. It also gives us an opportunity every 5,000 miles to check things like tire pressure, air filters, cabin air filters, belts and hoses. But again, every time the oil is drained out of the engine block, the filter is changed. And this is part of what goes into that oil filter change. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I appreciate everybody's time. Until the next video, thank you very much.